Hello and welcome back to Factorio. I'm just doing some niggling jobs here. So this thing was slow because it wasn't getting enough stone bricks. I am now feeding it with 2 furnaces. Now that's probably not enough, but it might be what is sustainable. No, so it needs 12 furnaces to keep it going. But anyway, that's where we're at. And I can give it extra furnaces, extra bricks now and again anyway, from the other furnace. So that's 3 out of the 12 it needs. Yeah, so this is crafting away as best it can. I think we're actually up to speed on this now. So this is limited on how quickly we can get materials in from this box, which in turn limits this, which in turn limits our research speed. So yeah, interesting, isn't it? So let's move this around this side, and I guess we can put ash in here. It's just these kind of niggling little nothing burgers, which are what I'm using to tune the factory at the moment. Okay, so I think we're good here. So this should work a bit better. Then of course this will run out of soil. Yeah, maybe all the soil shouldn't be going into landfill, except I want landfill. So, babysitting. It's all the babysitting. Enough wittering. So, let's have a look. We've been slowly unlocking researches, and these are giving us more things. So we can now make a pump, which is handy, because once you have pumps and a circuit network, you control which direction fluids can flow. That requires engine units. We have engine units which require pipes, small parts, and aluminium plate. I had to read that because I keep finding mod packs which talk about aluminum, whatever that is, but it sounds quite similar. Nothing under Pi-alien life. Then we have all this stuff which we've managed to unlock. So we have a clay pit, which presumably allows us to get clay. We have an electronics factory. I'm assuming this is used for making circuits. A place to make electronic components. We've unlocked clay, so we just feed it steam apparently, and it pulls clay out the ground. And ceramic, which is the combination of coke and clay. Okay, and then we have this recipe, which is an alternate. So the air core inductors, the base recipe is, we make 1 of them from 8 copper cable and 1 iron stick. This, we make 20 of them. Sorry, we make 5 of them from 20 copper cable and 2 ceramics. So this is 8 copper. This is 4 copper plate per air core inductor, but it's 8 copper cables per inductor. This is 20 for 5. 8 for 1. 20 for 5. So if we go from 20 to 40, that would be 10. So that would be 40 copper coils to 10 air core inductors using this recipe. And if we go 8 to 1, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So that's 40 for 5. So this is half the copper. At the expense or complexity of making ceramic. So that's kind of nice, isn't it? We would need to add in ceramic, but the benefit is that we get... oh, what's going on here? Okay, this is backed up. I twisted the wrong inserters and then put things in the wrong box. Goodness me, I haven't had my proper cup of tea yet this morning, have I? Let's try again. I should have turned these inserters. Okay, so that we are actually making the soil and boxing it. There we go. Okay, so research should be continuing again. What else? And then here we have lead plate, which can be made from lead ore by smelting it. Solder, which is tin plate, and lead plate. Fair enough. Solder presumably is used in electronic components. Our fish did manage to bake into some tin ore, although I'm feeling that this is not the way we're supposed to make tin oil. Okay, so aluminum. Aluminium. So aluminium plate is made in a furnace from aluminium ore. Okay, and at the moment there's no way to make aluminium ore. So we're going to have a look in the recipe book. Aluminium ore. Okay, so here we are. So it's an ingredient in aluminium plate and powdered aluminium. It's a product of soot separation. Okay, so soot separation takes two soots, produces iron ore, copper ore, ash, aluminium ore, zinc ore, lead ore, and nickel ore. So this looks like it's the next process we need. Yeah, this looks like it is the process we need now to set up, and probably to set it up more sensibly than before. So I need something where we start with a buffer of ash. The ash gets turned into soot blocks. Then those soot blocks get put into as many of these solid separator machines as are needed to consume it. So let's sketch out the build and see if we can work out. Okay, so we're going to need at least 2 solid separators, probably more. And how are we doing for landfill? Not great. Okay, I'm wondering where to put this process. I'm going to put it over here for now. Okay, and we can sort things out later if this turns out to be a poor life choice. Yeah. So this gives us a bit of room to work with. The other thing is, so how many sands does this actually need? It needs 5. So, and we've put in nearly 400. So my bad math says that's 40 science packs. Okay, let's double check that this. Yeah, this really is only waiting on plant boxes, which is waiting on the empty planters, which is waiting on stone bricks, which is the thing we have not managed to fix yet because I forgot to put down that arm. Okay, so that should have improved the rate at least. So that will double our science rate. Horrific, isn't it? Let's do this as a last sweep, and then... In fact, let's turn 2 of these so that we are building up some soil but making some landfill. I think that's a good in-between step. Okay, sorry, I totally became sidetracked. So we need a solid separator. Okay, so this solid separator is going to turn ash into soot. And then we need a second one of these for calculation purposes to turn soot into this motley mix of junk. Okay, so I guess we're going to rate calculate this. We'll be ash limited, but let's do this per minute. Okay, so this is going to be 600 ash to 60 blocks per minute. Then we get lots of side product. So we get some iron ore, but we also get this coal dust. But coal dust can be burnt, so that's fine. We can burn that, probably make more ash with it, make electricity with it, that sort of thing. All right, this consumes 120 of these blocks. So this produces 60. So this would run at half speed. It produces some ash, which we can feed back in, obviously. And then it produces per minute 12 iron ore, 12 copper ore, and then 6 of everything else. This is a chance-based recipe, though. So, yeah, mileage may vary. So I should really have 2 of these feeding into this, but I've got a feeling that we're just never going to have the ash for that. Well, let's set this up and see if we can sort of work out how we would like this to be. I'm crafting lots of copper hoops, which is not really where I want to be. Right, let's try this again. Oh, I need lots more copper hoops than that. Okay. Good. For some reason I seem happy to craft iron-based things, but not copper-based things. Okay, so I guess one question is how many inserters we need. The other question is, do I care? Right, that's going to take the ash side product back and push it in here. We're going to need to feed this with ash. Then I think we have a filter inserter set to blacklist. No. It's going to blacklist the cubes. What were they called? Ash cubes? These things. Okay, so I think I can just... soot, sorry. So we're going to blacklist soot. So things which are not soot go here. Okay, then the soot from doing the smelting goes one way, and anything we produce by doing the smelting goes the other. So that should be self-contained. Then this produces just an absolute multitude of outputs. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different ores. Okay. Now, I guess one option is to output these onto a belt loop. Let's make a few of those. And then to have smelters set up to process the individual things. If we're going to do that, we also need some kind of fuel. Now, this produces coal dust, and I think we can use the coal dust as fuel here. So if I had one inserter here, which is filtered to coal dust. Yeah. Maybe that will work. I'm not sure which side of the belt this is going to put the coal dust on. I kind of want it to put it on the opposite side of the belt. Okay, and I kind of want this contraption to be here, which means I want this contraption to be moved out of the way for a moment. My F's and my G's are being muddled up. Okay, so that's going there. We'll probably move the whole of this anyway. It's going to need a power pole. Okay, and I would like to filter this to ash, even though it's probably not necessary. It's more documenting it for me. This needs to be whitelisted. This needs to be whitelisted. Good. All right. I'm going to put this on the side just so that we have some kind of consistency. And I'm going to put it down here so it's close. I'm going to move this entire thing over here. Like that. Okay, how close are we to this working? I think I can fire this up. So from memory, you just can't get enough boxes to feed this. So let's go and grab some ash. This is some of the ash which we have stockpiled. So I'm just going to put a stack in each for now. Alright. So this is doing its thing. We are filling it up. We can't fill it up fast enough even with all these arms. I don't think that's our limiting problem at the moment. Okay, so then this is crafting away. Okay, and it just made an iron. Okay, and this is stochastic, so it's a 20% chance of iron, 30% chance of ash, and a 10% of the other things. So it may not produce anything on any particular crafting cycle. Okay, we do not need all three of these arms going. I wonder if... Yeah, I'm just wondering if I can inch this up towards full speed. I would just like to know how many arms it does take out of curiosity. So that's still not full speed. And I don't have the... Alright, there we are. That is very close to being crafting at full speed. Alright, so this is doing its thing, yeah? It's outputting onto this mixed belt. And how many things were there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I do not even know if we can process all these things currently. But alright, so this was blacklisted to soot. Did I have one that was whitelisted to... Yeah. Okay, so I want this whitelisted one so that each of these is going to pull in fuel. Okay, that's aluminium ore. That is lead ore. That's iron ore again. Okay, so I want to then set these filters. So this is going to be iron ore. I get confused which tab things are on. Iron ore. So that's only going to grab iron ore. Then this can be copper. Needs to be whitelisted. There we go. Yeah, so that's whitelisted for iron, whitelisted for copper. Let's put these back on the belt. All right. This, yeah, lead is fine. So I want to whitelist lead. Okay, this, get the copper out. Whitelist aluminium. That sounds good. So what else is there? So we've done the iron, the copper, the lead, the aluminium. Then we have zinc and nickel. So let's set this to zinc. That's nickel. Okay, set that to nickel. Set this to zinc. And again, I haven't checked to see if we can actually process these. Okay, so we have lead, we have this, we have this. Good. So then if I dump all of that in there, now I should be crushing the iron, shouldn't I? Do I care? I don't think I care, because I think my primary iron is all coming from the other iron process. This is really just a way to generate these minority ores. Good. Okay. So let's check. Aluminium, there. Alright, so let's, first of all, I'm going to adjust this so that it drops onto the near side of the belt, so that fuel is on the opposite side to the ores. I have a proper Yorkshire mug of tea today. We look like we can't process the nickel or the tin, is that correct? This is the zinc, sorry. Looks like we can't process zinc or nickel. So let's have a quick look. Okay, so zinc ore, we can get it from zinc separation. Zinc plate comes vacuum tube electronics, which is within this science pack, so that's not the end of the world. Okay. So nickel ore. Have I misspelt nickel? We just made our first N-I-C-K-E-L. Yes, I was misspelling it. We've made our first aluminium plate, so that's happy dance time. Right, let's have another look. Nickel ore. Alright, so we can get it from soot separation. It's an ingredient to mixed ores and nickel upgrade. Okay, it looks like nickel ore is a really late game thing. So I think what I'm going to do for these two is box them. We will take this away and this away. Good. And I'm not happy with this solution here. I think we're going to run into trouble. Okay. So I'm going to blacklist this so it can only take the ores out. I'm going to take away this. It is going to put into a box. Good. This doesn't need to be filtered anymore. And it can just be a normal inserter. Oh no, it does need to be filtered. Okay. And then I actually want to do it like that, to guarantee that everything side loads nicely with a buffer. So what this should do is, this will run forever. We will fill up this box and then it'll go back on this belt. Alright, so we've got some ash here. Because this was blacklisted to coal dust. Okay. Okay, so we can pull it back off this belt. So why is this not taking the ash? Because it's full, because it's got... Okay, so we have backed up with coal dust. Because the coal dust loop should have come from the other machine. Okay. So what can I do? Let's move this out of the way. I'm just trying to think of... That's not really what I want to do, is it? let's try that there. And then I guess we just do some... no, that seems to be putting on... Let's make sure that it definitely drops to the correct side. Okay, what's this doing wrong now? We've got nowhere to put the iron. Okay, move that over there. This is turning into a right dog's breakfast, but, you know, never mind. And what's this? This is a piece of lead that can go in there. Do I have any other junk? That can go there. We have some kerosene. May as well put it there. And we've got some iron oxide. Dump that in. Some copper. Get rid of that. A random mushroom. There we go. And a science pack. Well, that's a disaster. Okay. That should all start working again. Let's put our soil in here. Good, I think we have adequate soil now. That's going to continue working for a while. We can probably go back to making landfill. Alright. So what's this backed up on now? It's not getting rid of its copper because I'm not emptying. Okay, let's tidy this up a bit. So that's the coal dust goes in there. The nickel ore goes there. The lead ore can go in there. Ash can go back there. Okay, is this now working correctly? Oh, created first lead plate. That's pretty awesome. Now this should be whitelisted to ash. I don't know why it's not grabbing ash, because we have enough ash. Okay. So it is working. We're now taking the ash back off the sushi belt. The sushi smelt belt. Maybe that's what I should call today, the sushi smelt belt. Okay, and then these are producing some ash. And... yeah, everything's going to make ash. And here, I want to just recycle it. We are definitely at that stage where I just want this whole contraption to be self-contained. Okay. Brilliant. So let's have a quick look. This is now sort of automated. We are making iron ore. I have adequate iron as it stands. We are making nice buffers of ash here, which we can move later. This solution for putting stone in boxes is not foolproof. Yeah, so we can fill this box up with stone. But at some point we're going to need a more automated solution for this. And then this whole way of dealing with the mushrooms never quite balances. So we either have too little fuel, at which point the steel kicks in, and then the steel drags fuel off this belt and everything gets weird. Or we have adequate fuel, these all run, but because these all run, this gets starved. It's never quite correct. Let's just grab all the ash we have and put it in these boxes, and see if we can convince this contraption to... I've said contraption so many times in this episode, haven't I? Seems like it's the day for saying contraptions. Alright, so, but we have these plate now. So we have one aluminum plate, we have one lead plate, and we are starting to stash these ores. So I am pretty happy. We've done things. Let's just see these arms grab what they want as it goes by. Yeah, that all seems to be as you would hope. This is keeping up at least. Let's have a look at our researches. So we're still working through, and we are still trying to get to logistics. Okay, can't do this yet because... No, we can. Okay. Logistics. Alloy smelting. Logistics. So have we unlocked any more things? We have. Let's have a look. Alien life. So we have unlocked Moondrop Greenhouse. Okay. The Moondrops, we have a recipe here, 4 Moondrop seeds to make 4 Moondrops. We have 5 Moondrops to make 2 Moondrops and some seeds. Okay. Apparently we can compost these. And then we have this, which takes Petri dishes, planter box, Moondrop Codex. And then a bunch of other stuff. I'm wondering if this is how we get our first Moondrops to bootstrap the cycle. Here's the Moondrop Codex. It needs air core, inductors, glass, and tinned cable. Okay, so tinned cable is the next material we require. Then we have something that turns Moondrops, water, and carbon dioxide into methane. Okay, so it looks like methane is the next material that we've unlocked. Okay, another tech has just finished. We have a way to make stone bricks out of pitch and stone, which presumably, so 2 stone to 1 brick, 5 stone to 4 brick. So this is more efficient. Less stone goes to making the brick, which I'm not going to complain about. Okay, we've unlocked some more machines. So we have a gasifier, converts organic or fossil fuel-based carbonaceous materials into useful gases. I'm guessing that's how we make our methane. Was it methane? Our carbon, hydrogen stuff. This is a quenching tower. Temperature control and gas conditioning through evaporating, cooling, condensing, and heat transfer. Not very informative. Tar processing unit, that's something that processes tar into more valuable products. Stone bricks from rich clay and sand, 20 of them. Tar into rich clay, fuel gas and carbon dioxide and aromatics. That looks like an interesting thing. This turns soot directly into lead ore. So this is our efficient way of making lead ore. And tar and water into soot, tailings, flue gas, and saline water. So this looks like it's a more efficient way of making soot, but from tar. I think we're making some tar. Yes, we're making and stashing tar here. So that is something we could investigate. That would be a more efficient way to make our lead, I'm guessing, because we don't seem to be making very much lead at all here. Right, what's going on here? So this is set to raw coal. Well, that's really not going to work very well, is it? Let's set this to lead. That's going to make lead plate more efficiently if it's actually consuming the lead. Yeah, what does this need to get up to? 5. So this will make a lead plate, and there we are. And smash. Always the ash. Yeah, so the lead plate has been made. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I feel like we've done something. So today we've done a bit of fixing up bottlenecks in our science box-fed contraption. We've used the word contraption a lot. We have drunk tea from a proper Yorkshire-sized mug of tea, which is the size of my head. And we have set up ash separation to make aluminium and lead and other things. We've unlocked various techs, which at the moment don't get us anywhere, and we have moved ever so slightly closer to unlocking splitters, which is really what we need from logistics. Let's just double check that I'm not going mad, because that's always possible. Yes, so logistics gives us splitters and proper inserters, at which point so much of this ARM spam goes away. So I'm going to call it. Thanks for watching. We've done stuff today. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, and come back soon to see some more exciting PyBlock. Bye-bye.